Welcome to a deep dive into a wine region that might just surprise you.
Right.
Thailand. Now, you probably know Thailand for its beaches,
Of
temples,
course, yeah.
incredible food.
Yes,
But get this, they also have a thriving wine industry.
that's right.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So we are going to explore these articles and insights you sent over
Okay.
and kind of uncover how this tropical paradise
Yeah.
is defying expectations
Right.
with its unique approach to winemaking.
It's really a fascinating story. You see,
Yeah.
growing classic wine grapes in a tropical climate
Mm-hmm.
like Thailand's is,
Right.
a bit like trying to grow
Uh-huh.
pineapples in Alaska.
Okay.
It's not supposed to work.
Yeah.
The heat, the humidity, the monsoons, all of those things
Right.
are usually enemies of successful viticulture.
Yeah. I can see how that would be a problem.
Yeah.
I'd imagine most people would just give up and
Mhm.
stick to importing wine
Yeah.
from more traditional regions.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But Thai winemakers are a determined bunch.
I like that.
And their story
Okay.
actually begins back in the 1960s,
Wow.
fueled by a growing local demand for wine.
So they just decided to roll up their sleeves and
Yeah.
figure out how to make it work in the tropics.
Exactly.
Wow.
But of course, it wasn't easy.
Right.
Early attempts to adapt European grapes,
Mm-hmm.
those Vitis vinifera varieties,
Okay.
like Cabernet Sauvignon
Right.
and Chardonnay to the Thai climate,
Mm-hmm.
were met with, let's just say, some challenges.
I bet.
Yeah.
So how did they overcome those challenges?
Yeah.
What was the turning point?
Well, in the 1970s, a visionary figure emerged.
Okay.
Dr. Chajud Karnasutta,
Mm-hmm.
who's often called the father of modern viticulture in Thailand.
Wow.
He had this brilliant insight.
Okay.
Why not take advantage of Thailand's varied geography?
Okay.
He realized that higher altitudes, with their cooler climates,
Right.
could potentially create the perfect environment for growing
Yeah.
high-quality grapes.
That's clever. So it's like he looked at the limitations
Yeah.
of the traditional winemaking model and found a way to turn them into an advantage.
Exactly. And he proved his theory in the mountainous Loei region.
Nice.
His success with varieties like Gin Blanc and Syrah
Oh, wow.
opened up a whole new world of possibilities for Thai viticulture.
Now, I'm curious about these different regions you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
You sent over some info about Hua Hin, Khao Yai, and Chiang Mai, all very different parts of Thailand.
Right.
How do those unique environments influence the types of wines
Wait.
they produce?
Think of Thailand's landscape as a mosaic,
Okay.
each region offering its own distinct terroir.
Right.
That special combination of climate,
Mhm.
soil,
Mhm.
and geography
Mm.
that gives a wine
Yeah.
its unique character.
Okay, so let's start with Hua Hin. It's on the coast, right?
Right.
So I'm guessing the sea plays a big role in shaping the wines there.
You got it. Hua Hin benefits from those refreshing sea breezes
Right.
that help to moderate the tropical heat.
Okay.
That's why it's known for producing lighter,
Mm-hmm.
more refreshing white wines.
Okay.
Think crisp Colombard,
Yeah.
elegant Chenin Blanc, or even aromatic Viognier.
Oh, wow.
All perfect for enjoying in the warm Thai climate.
Okay, I'm already picturing myself sipping a chilled glass of Thai Chenin Blanc
Ah.
on the beach. But what about Khao Yai?
Yeah.
I've heard some buzz about that region. What
Mhm.
makes it so special?
Khao Yai is often considered Thailand's most renowned wine region.
Wow.
Remember Dr. Karnasutta's strategy of seeking higher altitudes?
Yes.
Well, Khao Yai sits nestled in the mountains,
Okay.
which means cooler temperatures and perfect conditions for
Yeah.
those full-bodied reds like Shiraz,
Mm-hmm.
Cabernet Sauvignon,
Wow. That's a...
even Tempranillo. Pretty impressive range for a tropical country.
Right.
I always thought bold reds needed a much cooler climate to
Yeah.
really thrive.
So what about white wines in Khao Yai?
Yeah.
Are they overshadowed by the reds?
Not at all.
Okay.
The region's unique combination of clay and granite soils
Okay.
is ideal for producing standout Chardonnay
Mm-hmm.
and Sauvignon Blanc as well.
Okay, so we've got coastal wines in Hua Hin
Mm-hmm.
and bolder reds and whites in Khao Yai.
Yeah.
What about Chiang Mai?
Yeah,
That's even further north, right?
right.
So I'm guessing the wines there are going to be even more unique.
You're on the right track.
Okay.
Chiang Mai takes us even further north,
Okay.
deeper into the mountains,
Yeah.
where it's cooler and drier.
Right.
Think of it as high-altitude viticulture,
Okay.
producing elegant Cabernet Sauvignons
Uh-huh.
and Syrahs,
Wow.
and even, wait for it,
Oh,
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Yeah,
Now that's really unexpected.
right.
That's the grape that's usually associated with cooler regions like
Yeah.
Burgundy in France.
Exactly.
Wow.
But that's what makes Thai viticulture so exciting. They're pushing boundaries,
Right.
showing that, with the right techniques and a deep understanding of the land.
Right.
Even the most delicate grape varieties can thrive
Yeah.
in unexpected places.
It's amazing how they've managed to adapt
Yeah.
these classic European grapes
Uh-huh.
to a completely different environment. But it sounds like it takes a lot more than just planting the vines and
Right.
hoping for the best.
Yeah.
What are some of the specific techniques they use to make it work in such a challenging climate?
Thai ingenuity
Yeah.
is truly on display when it comes to
Okay.
their viticulture techniques.
Okay.
Imagine dealing with torrential monsoon rains
Right?
that could potentially damage
Yeah.
those precious grapes.
I can see how that would be a problem.
Well, they found a surprisingly effective solution:
Okay.
plastic covers.
Wait, really? Plastic covers?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed. That doesn't sound very, well, eco-friendly. Yeah.
It sounds counterintuitive, but it's a temporary measure to protect the grapes
Okay.
during the heaviest rains.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always looking for more sustainable alternatives.
That makes sense.
But plastic covers are just one part of the equation.
Okay.
They also employ meticulous pruning techniques
Mm-hmm.
and carefully select disease-resistant grape varieties
Right.
to combat the humidity.
And what about water management?
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine water stress would be a huge concern in such a hot climate.
It's absolutely crucial.
Right.
Yeah, water stress can actually be a good thing
Okay.
when it comes to flavor concentration.
Right.
Too much water,
Yeah.
and the grapes could become diluted
Right.
and lose their intensity.
Okay.
So Thai winemakers use sophisticated irrigation systems
Wow.
to carefully control the amount of water
Right.
each vine receives,
Okay.
ensuring those grapes develop intense,
Yeah.
concentrated flavors.
So they're basically engineering the perfect environment for these grapes to thrive,
Yeah.
even in the face of these extreme conditions.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the vineyard.
Right.
Temperature control during fermentation
Mm-hmm.
is also vital in a hot climate like Thailand's.
Right.
If the temperature gets too high during fermentation,
Yeah.
it can negatively impact the wine's aromas
Mm-hmm.
and flavors.
Okay.
So they've invested in modern technology
Right.
to carefully monitor
Yeah.
and regulate the temperature throughout the winemaking process.
It sounds like they're really combining traditional knowledge with modern technology to achieve these incredible results.
Exactly. And they're also exploring innovative blending techniques
Okay.
to further enhance
Yeah.
the complexity and balance of their wines.
Now, I'm curious about the grapes themselves. You mentioned they're working with
Yeah.
classic European varieties,
Right?
but are they also experimenting with any unique local grapes?
They are. While Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon,
Uh-huh.
Chenin Blanc,
Mhm.
and Colombard have adapted surprisingly well to the Thai terroir.
Right.
Thai winemakers are also exploring the potential
Okay.
of hybrid grapes like Isabella and Niagara,
Okay.
known for their resistance to heat and humidity.
So it's a blend of the familiar and the new,
Right.
pushing the boundaries of what's possible in tropical viticulture.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And there's one local Thai grape
Okay.
that has everyone buzzing with excitement.
Pak Dum.
Pak Dum.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one.
Right.
What makes it so special?
It's a black grape variety that's been used in Thailand for centuries,
Okay.
mostly for eating.
Interesting.
But now wineries are starting to experiment with it for winemaking,
Wow.
and the early results are incredibly promising.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
What kind of wines does Pak Dum produce?
Well, the research is still in its early stages,
Okay.
but early reports suggest that Pak Dum produces wines that are full-bodied.
With rich, dark fruit flavors
Mm-hmm.
and intriguing earthy notes.
Wow.
It's a testament to the diversity and untapped potential
Yeah.
of Thai viticulture.
Wow. It sounds like they're really uncovering something special with this
Yeah.
Pak Dum grape.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just another example of how they're embracing innovation and
Right.
pushing the boundaries of what's possible in Thai winemaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this dedication to research and development also reflects
Okay.
a broader trend within Thailand's wine industry,
Right.
a focus on sustainability
Oh,
and
yeah.
environmentally friendly practices.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
So with all this experimentation and innovation,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of wines can we actually expect to find coming out of Thailand?
Sure.
Are they all light, easy drinking styles?
Yeah.
meant for the tropical heat?
That's one of the biggest misconceptions about Thai wine.
Okay.
They actually produce a much wider range of styles
Okay.
than you might think.
Really?
You'll find those refreshing whites and rosés,
Right.
perfect for the warm climate and local cuisine.
Okay.
But they're also crafting full-bodied,
Mm.
complex reds with aging potential.
Okay, so it's not just all poolside sippers then.
Definitely not.
Okay.
And remember those sparkling wines we mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
They're becoming increasingly popular.
Wow.
And some wineries are even experimenting with fortified wines,
Interesting.
like port-style wines made with local grapes.
Fortified wines in Thailand. Now, that's a surprise.
Right.
I'm really starting to see a whole new side
Yeah.
to this country beyond the typical tourist attractions.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible how they're creating
Right.
these complex, world-class wines in such an unexpected environment.
It's truly remarkable.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the wines themselves.
Okay.
Thai wine tourism is also booming,
Okay.
offering a unique and immersive experience for wine lovers from all over the world.
Wait, hold on. Wine tourism in Thailand.
Yeah.
You definitely got my attention now.
As the industry has grown,
Yeah.
so has the interest in experiencing Thai wine firsthand.
Okay.
Khao Yai,
Yeah.
as the most established wine region, has become a popular destination for wine enthusiasts.
So what can visitors expect when they go to Khao Yai for a wine tasting experience?
Yeah.
Is it similar to what you'd find in more traditional wine regions?
There are definitely some similarities,
Okay.
but Khao Yai offers its own unique blend
Yeah.
of modern winemaking facilities
Yeah.
and warm Thai hospitality.
Right.
Imagine strolling through picturesque vineyards
Yeah.
with stunning mountain views as your backdrop,
Okay.
learning about the winemaking process
Right.
and then savoring award-winning wines
Right.
paired with delicious local cuisine.
Okay, now that sounds like a dream vacation.
Right.
I'm already picturing myself there.
And it's not just about Khao Yai.
Okay.
Other regions, like Hua Hin, with its coastal charm, are also developing their wine tourism offerings.
This is all so fascinating. It's like a whole new world of wine is opening up before our eyes.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's only the beginning.
Wow.
There's still so much more to discover about Thai wine.
Before we get to that,
Yeah.
we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Competing with those established wine regions you mentioned earlier can't be easy. I mean, how do you convince people to choose a Thai Shiraz over a French one, for example?
That's definitely a challenge.
Right.
Building international recognition takes time, effort,
Yeah.
and consistent quality.
And what about the cost of production?
Yeah.
I imagine making wine in a tropical climate
Yeah.
comes with some unique challenges
Right.
and expenses.
You're absolutely right.
Right?
Managing pests,
Right.
diseases, and water stress
Yeah.
all add to the production costs.
Right.
But Thai winemakers are resilient and passionate about what they do.
It sounds like they've really got their work cut out for them.
Yeah.
But it also sounds like they're up for the challenge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they have a growing domestic market to support them.
Okay.
Rising affluence and an increasing interest in wine among younger generations are fueling the demand for high-quality local wines.
So it's a combination of meeting that local demand while also striving for international recognition.
Exactly. And that's where the export potential comes in.
Let's talk about the export market for Thai wine.
Okay.
Where are they finding success?
Neighboring Asian countries with their burgeoning wine markets
Oh.
are showing a lot of interest in Thai wines.
I can see why. They're
Yeah.
unique,
Yeah.
they're high quality, and they offer a taste of something truly different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's also a growing awareness of
Right.
Thailand's commitment to sustainability,
Uh-huh.
which is a huge selling point for environmentally conscious consumers.
So it sounds like the future of Thai wine is looking bright.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
There are challenges, of course.
Right.
But the passion,
Yeah.
innovation, and commitment to quality that we're seeing in the Thai wine industry
Right.
are truly inspiring.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far.
It has.
It's amazing how much we've learned about this unexpected wine region.
Yeah.
From the history and terroir to the challenges and opportunities they face and all the unique things they're doing.
Yeah,
It's
so-
just fascinating.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Okay.
There's so much more to explore.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the unique culinary synergy between Thai wine and Thai cuisine.
Now you're speaking my language. Thai food is my absolute favorite.
I know.
I can't wait to dive into the world of Thai food and wine pairings.
Get ready for some delicious discoveries.
All right, I'm ready. All right, let's talk Thai food and wine pairings. Right. Because I'm all about that.
Yes.
Thai cuisine is famous for its bold flavors. Spicy, sour, sweet, salty. A real explosion of taste.
It's quite a...
It seems almost impossible to find wines that can stand up to that kind of intensity.
Right.
Where do you even begin?
It is a challenge,
yeah.
But that's what makes it so exciting.
Right.
When it comes to pairing Thai food with wine, it's all about finding that delicate balance, a harmony between the intensity of the flavors and the characteristics of the wine.
Okay, so walk me through it.
Okay.
What are some general guidelines for pairing Thai food and wine? Like if I'm having a spicy dish, what kind of wine should I be looking for?
Well, when you're dealing with those fiery chilies, you need a wine with enough acidity to cut through the heat and cleanse your palate. Think of it like squeezing a lime over your pad thai.
Right.
But in wine form.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
The acidity would refresh your taste buds and keep them from being overwhelmed by the spice.
Yeah.
So what specific wines would you recommend for those spicy dishes?
For a classic green curry, I'd reach for a refreshing rosé.
Okay.
The wine's fruitiness and light chill would help tame the heat. And those delicate floral notes would complement the aromatic herbs and spices in the curry.
Okay, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I'm already picturing myself enjoying that pairing on a warm evening.
Nice.
Now, what about those rich, creamy curries like massaman?
Yes.
What would you pair with that?
Massaman curry.
Yeah.
That's where you want a wine. With a bit more body and structure to stand up to those complex flavors.
Okay.
A full-bodied Shiraz from Khao Yai with its dark fruit flavors and subtle spice notes would be a perfect match.
Okay. I never would have thought to pair a Shiraz with a Thai curry, but now I'm totally intrigued. It makes sense, though. Those rich, savory flavors would complement each other beautifully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about finding those unexpected harmonies.
Right.
And let's not forget about Tom Yum Goong.
Right.
That iconic spicy and sour soup.
Yes.
It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
And it calls for a wine that can handle both the heat and the tang.
Yeah. Tom Yum is definitely not for the faint of heart.
Right.
What kind of wine can stand up to that?
You need something with a good dose of acidity to counter that sourness and a bit of fruitiness to complement the lemongrass and lime flavors.
Okay.
A high acidity white wine like Colombard would be an excellent choice.
I'm loving these specific examples. It's making me rethink everything I thought I knew about pairing wine with Thai food. But wait, we can't forget about dessert.
Of course not.
Surely there must be some delicious Thai desserts that pair well with these wines.
Thai desserts with their unique blend of sweetness and exotic flavors also offer some fantastic pairing opportunities.
Okay.
For example, a sweet late harvest Chenin Blanc with its honeyed notes and tropical fruit flavors would be a delightful match for mango sticky rice or a creamy coconut pudding.
Okay, now you're just making my mouth water. I'm so impressed with the depth and diversity of Thai wine. This deep dive has completely changed my perception of what's possible when it comes to pairing wine with this incredible cuisine.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's a real testament to the creativity and ingenuity of Thai winemakers.
Right.
And it speaks to the growing sophistication of the Thai palate.
You know, it's amazing to think that just a few decades ago, the idea of producing world-class wines in Thailand would have seemed like a fantasy.
Right.
But they've not only made it happen, but created something truly unique and exciting.
It is an incredible story of dedication and innovation.
Right.
And as we touched upon earlier, this story extends beyond the wines themselves.
Okay.
Wine tourism is becoming a major draw for Thailand.
Okay.
Offering visitors a chance to experience this unexpected wine region firsthand.
Yes. You mentioned Khao Yai and Hua Hin as popular destinations for wine enthusiasts. What makes those regions so special for wine tourism?
Well, Khao Yai, with its stunning mountain scenery and concentration of wineries, offers a truly immersive experience. We can wander through vineyards, learn about the unique techniques used to grow grapes in a tropical climate, and enjoy wine tastings paired with delicious local cuisine.
So it's not just about the wine itself. It's about the whole experience, the landscape, the culture, the people.
Exactly. And Hua Hin offers a completely different experience. There you can combine wine tastings with relaxing on the beach or exploring the vibrant night markets.
That sounds fun.
It's a perfect blend of relaxation and discovery.
It sounds like there's a Thai wine experience for everyone.
Absolutely.
Now, even with all this positive momentum, we have to acknowledge that there are some real challenges facing the Thai wine industry, right? Like, how do you compete with those established wine regions that have centuries of history and global brand recognition behind them?
It's a valid question. And it's a hurdle that all emerging wine regions face. Building that level of recognition takes time, consistent quality, and a lot of strategic marketing.
And what about consumer perception? Do people generally associate Thailand with high-quality wine?
That's another challenge, overcoming preconceived notions. Some people might assume that a tropical country can't produce wines that are on par with those from more traditional regions. But as we've seen from our deep dive, that's simply not true.
It's about changing those perceptions and showing the world that Thai wine is something truly special, something worth seeking out and savoring.
Exactly. And that's where events like international wine competitions play a crucial role. Thai wines are starting to win awards. And gain recognition on the global stage.
That's awesome.
Which helps to build credibility and pique the curiosity of consumers.
So it's a gradual process. But it seems like they're making real progress. But perception isn't the only obstacle, right? What about the practicalities of producing wine in a tropical climate? We talked about the unique techniques. But surely that comes at a cost.
You're right. Managing pests, diseases, and water stress in a tropical climate requires a lot of resources and expertise, which can drive up production costs.
So how do Thai wines compete on price with wines coming from regions with more established infrastructure and potentially lower production costs?
Like a balancing act. Some Thai wineries are focusing on the premium market, producing high-quality wines that can command a higher price point. They're emphasizing the uniqueness of their terroir and the meticulous craftsmanship that goes into their wines.
So it's about positioning Thai wine as a luxury experience, something that's worth paying a premium for.
Exactly. And for other wineries, it's about finding that sweet spot between quality and affordability. They might use a blend of local and international grape varieties or experiment with different production techniques to create wines that are both delicious and accessible to a wider market.
So it's a multi-pronged approach, catering to different segments of the market, while continuously striving to improve quality and build a strong reputation.
Precisely. And it's working. Thai wines are winning over consumers, both domestically and internationally.
That's great.
Proving that they can hold their own against some of the biggest names in the wine world.
That's fantastic to hear. It's a real testament to the passion and dedication of the people behind this industry. But beyond the challenges of competition and cost, what other hurdles do Thai winemakers face?
One of the ongoing challenges is building a strong export market. While there's growing interest in Thai wine from neighboring countries, breaking into established markets like Europe and North America is a more complex undertaking.
I can imagine that involves navigating complex import regulations, building relationships with distributors, and competing for shelf space against some of the most established brands in the world.
It's a multifaceted challenge that requires a strategic approach and a lot of persistence. But many Thai wineries are actively pursuing export opportunities, recognizing the potential for growth beyond the domestic market.
And beyond the practical considerations, what about the cultural aspects of wine?
Okay.
Thailand has a rich culinary tradition, but wine is a relatively new addition to the table. How are consumers responding to this new beverage?
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
And the answer is complex.
Okay.
On the one hand, you have a growing segment of Thai consumers who are embracing wine, especially younger generations who are exposed to global trends and have a taste for new experiences.
So it's a generational shift with younger consumers driving the demand for wine.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're curious.
Yeah.
They're adventurous.
Right.
And they're eager to explore the world of wine.
Okay.
And this growing demand is driving innovation within the Thai wine industry.
Right.
Pushing wineries to experiment with new styles, grape varieties, and winemaking techniques.
That's exciting.
It is.
It sounds like the future of Thai wine is in good hands with this new generation of consumers and producers.
I agree.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the role of education.
Okay.
As more people learn about the intricacies of wine, the different grape varieties, the winemaking process, art of tasting and pairing, the appreciation for Thai wine will continue to grow.
So it's about creating a culture of wine appreciation, not just among consumers, but also among restaurateurs, sommeliers, and anyone involved in the hospitality industry.
Precisely.
Yeah.
The more people understand and appreciate Thai wine, the more it will become an integral part of Thai culture and a source of national pride.
This has been such an incredible journey of discovery.
It has.
We've uncovered so much about this unexpected wine region. From the history and terroir to the challenges and opportunities, the culinary pairings, and even the burgeoning wine tourism scene.
Absolutely.
It's clear that Thai wine is more than just a novelty. It's a force to be reckoned with.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And for anyone listening who's now feeling inspired to experience Thai wine firsthand, I have some practical tips for you.
Yes, let's talk about that. What advice would you give to someone who wants to explore the world of Thai wine? Where should they start? Okay, so let's say someone is planning a trip to Thailand and wants to incorporate some wine tasting into their itinerary. What regions would you recommend they visit?
Well, Khao Yai is a fantastic place to start. It's really well set up for wine tourism, with many of the wineries offering tours, tastings, and even on-site restaurants where you can enjoy their wines paired with local cuisine.
So you can really have the full immersive experience, stroll through the vineyards, learn about the winemaking process, and savor a delicious meal all in one beautiful setting.
Exactly.
Cool.
And if you're feeling adventurous and want to get off the beaten path a bit, you could venture out to some of the emerging regions, like the Mekong Valley or Phetchabun.
Like a treasure hunt.
Unique and undiscovered wines.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But what if someone isn't planning a trip to Thailand anytime soon, but still wants to try some of these wines? What are their options?
Well, specialty wine shops are your best bet.
Okay.
Look for shops that focus on smaller producers or wines from less explored regions.
Okay.
They're more likely to have a curated selection of Thai wines.
And what about online retailers? Are Thai wines starting to make an appearance online?
Definitely.
Okay.
Some online wine retailers are beginning to stock Thai wines.
Okay.
You might have to do a bit of searching, but it's out there.
So you can experience Thai wine without even leaving your house.
Exactly.
Now, for someone who's completely new to Thai wine, what advice would you give them when choosing a bottle?
Don't be afraid to ask for recommendations. The staff at specialty wine shops
are usually very knowledgeable and can guide you in the right direction.
That's a great tip. Sometimes it's good to have a little expert guidance, especially when you're venturing into uncharted territory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And while you're browsing, pay attention to the grape varieties and the regions. Remember all those key players we talked about? Shiraz, Chenin Blanc, Colombard, and of course the intriguing Pakdam.
And don't forget those regional differences. If you're interested in exploring those unique terroir, look for wines that specifically mention the region or vineyard on the label.
That's a great point.
Okay, cool.
And most importantly, don't be afraid to experiment.
Right.
Try different styles of wine.
Yeah.
Sparkling, fortified, those unique blends that showcase local Thai grapes.
Right.
You never know what hidden gems you might discover.
You know what strikes me most about this whole deep dive?
Yeah.
Is how innovative and resilient Thai winemakers are.
Right.
They've taken on this seemingly impossible challenge of creating world-class wines in a tropical climate.
Yeah.
And not only succeeded, but created something truly unique and exciting.
It's a testament to their passion, their ingenuity, and their deep respect for the land. And it's a reminder that the world of wine is constantly evolving, full of surprises and unexpected delights.
I think that's the perfect takeaway for our listeners.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Try something new and explore those less traveled paths in the world of wine. You never know what incredible discoveries await you.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay.
And here's one final thought to leave you with. We've talked about how Thai winemakers are adapting European grapes to the tropics. But what about the other direction?
Oh.
Could Thai grapes, like Pak Dam, thrive in other warm climates around the world?
That's a fascinating question.
It is.
It seems like we're only just at the beginning of this exciting story for Thai viticulture. And I, for one, can't wait to see where it goes next.
Me too. Cheers to the future of Thai wine.
Cheers. And to all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Thai wine.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey as much as we have.